Okay, so, the next part is they're going to ask you, less talking, more thinking, they're going to ask you to identify parallel or perpendicular lines. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, how do they word it? Oh, yeah, there we go. Determine whether, not weather as in like the weather outside, like this weather, the graph of y equals 2x plus 3, y equals 1/2 x minus 4, and y equals negative 1/2 x minus 6 are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So, when we're talking about parallel and perpendicular lines, again, what's important about it? Slope, right? So, I'm just going to identify the slope to all of these. The slope of this is what? 2. The slope of this is?
Half.
And the slope of this is?
-1/2.
So, first thing, for parallel lines, what do the slopes need to be? The same, right? Are any of these slopes the same? No, so it's definitely not, none of them are parallel. Alright? Perpendicular. We need it to be opposite reciprocal, right? Not just reciprocal, opposite reciprocal. So do I have any opposite reciprocals?
Yeah.
I do, right? Which ones?
1/2 or -1/2?
Nope.
1/2 and -1/2.
Negative 1/2, and what's the opposite reciprocal of this?
Oh, 2.
Positive 2. So, y equals 2x plus 3, and y equals negative 1/2 x minus 6 are perpendicular. Right? And there are no other relationships, so you can just leave it like that. Make sense? Okay, let's do one more. You have that written down? Can I erase this part up here? Now we got it written down? Okay, this one's a little bit different. Alright, again, slopes are important. Determine whether the graphs of x equals 7, y equals -3, and x equals 2 are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Alright, well, what is my slope of 7? Of x equals 7? Anybody remember? Anybody remember what the graph of x equals 7 looks like?
Straight line. Cross at the x-axis.
A straight line. So again, every line that we draw is going to be straight. Okay, as long as we use a ruler, but we're assuming every line we draw is straight. So if I just say it's a straight line, you're not distinguishing it at all. So we need to say, is it, you know, like an upward line? Is it a horizontal line? Is it a vertical line? What is it?
It's a horizontal line.
Okay, well, where does x equal 7 at?
On the x-axis?
Right here, right? 2, 4, 6, 7. Where else does x equal 7 at? Well, it could be up here, it could be down here, right? So my line for x equals 7 is going to look like that. And a vertical line, does anybody remember what the slope is for a vertical line?
0.
Nope.
1.
Nope. What's my rise? It can be whatever, right? 17. What's my run? How much am I going side to side? 0. So if I go 17 divided by 0, what happens?
Zero.
No.
There.
Error. Okay, we get an error when we divide by 0. So my slope is undefined, or we say no slope. Okay. Now for y equals -3, what's my slope there?
-3.
Nope.
1.
Nope. Okay. What does the graph of y equals -3 look like? It is a horizontal line, right? So a horizontal line, what's my rise? 0, what's my run? 21, who knows? Okay, so 0 divided by a number is what?
0.
0. Okay, so my slope is 0. Then we already know my slope for this one is
Undefined.
undefined. Okay, so yes, you can go this route, but if you need to graph, I think graphing would help as well for this because what do I know?
M equals 0.
X equals 7 and x equal 2 are what?
Parallel.
Are parallel. And
Y equals -3 is perpendicular.
y equals -3 is perpendicular to x equals 7 and x equals 2. Alright? So you can use the graphs and you can still look at the graphs to help you out there. But again, it's just kind of understanding your slope. And again, this stuff, these 3 graphs are as easy of a graph as you can have, but you can't lose focus on the fact that, oh, it's not y equals mx plus b. Alright, yes, it does look different, but that's okay. Alright? Alright, so, one more problem. Everybody have that down? Okay, and it goes back to what we've already done as far as writing an equation. Favorite point, Valerie? 612. You guys like 12 today?
Yeah, valid. Negative or
Cool.
positive?
Positive.
We're positive with this one. Okay? So write an equation of the line perpendicular to 2/3 or 2x minus 3y equals 6. Alright? Well, the important thing with this one is what? Do I know what the slope is?
No.
Not yet, because it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So I need to figure out the slope of this line. So in order to do that, what am I going to do? Subtract 2x. So now I have -3y equals -2x plus 6. Next step. This 3 is doing what to the y? Multiplying, so I'm going to divide it. Now I have y equals 2/3 x minus 2. So my slope here is what?
2/3.
So, we're talking about perpendicular lines, so my new slope is going to be what? What's perpendicular to 2/3? -3/2. And now I'm going the same way that I've been doing the rest, all the other times. Y minus 12 equals -3/2 times x minus 6. Distribute at -3/2 x, let's see, plus 9, I think. I add 12, and my new equation is y equals -3/2x plus 21. Okay, so that is your assignment for today. It is a little bit different, but it's the same thing we did yesterday. It's just recognizing slopes again. Alright, and these two things are super, super important. Alright, do not forget that. Your assignment is page 243. Through 28 even. And 49 through 52 all.